Dictation will starts in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, start. Learned additional government pleader has submitted that the power to summon witnesses under section 311 CRPC is purely discretionary. Full stop. The nature and scope of the power of the court to summon, examine, recall and re-examine any witness in the context of section 311 CRPC was subject matter of consideration, and it was held that the power in this regard may be considered essential for a just decision of the case. Full stop. While considering the power of court to summon material witnesses under section 311 CRPC, it was opined that the said power can be exercised only with the object of finding out the truth or obtaining proper proof of facts which may lead to a just and correct decision. Full stop. A view was taken that the underlying object of the provision is that there may not be failure of justice on account of mistake of either party in bringing the valuable evidence on record or leaving ambiguity in the statement of the witnesses examined from either side. Full stop. The power conferred is to be invoked by the court only in order to meet the ends of justice for strong and valid reasons, and the same must be exercised with great caution and circumspection. Full stop. It was elaborately considered that the precedents and principles are to be followed by courts. Full stop. A conspicuous reading of section 311 CRPC would show that widest of the powers have been invested with the courts when it comes to the question of summoning a witness or to recall or re-examine any witness already examined. Full stop. It is ultimately stated that all that was required to be satisfied by the court was only in relation to such evidence that appears to the court to be essential for the just decision of case. Full stop. Section 138 of the Evidence Act prescribes the order of examination of a witness in the court. Full stop. It is therefore imperative that the invocation of section 311 CRPC and its application in a particular case can be ordered by the court by bearing in mind the object and purport of the said provision, namely, for achieving a just decision of the case as noted by us earlier. Full stop. The power vested under the said provision is made available to any court at any stage in any inquiry or trial or other proceeding initiated under the code for the purpose of summoning any person as a witness or for examining any person in attendance. Full stop. Next para. By filing this petition under Article 226 of the Constitution of India, petitioner seeks a direction to the respondents to forthwith grant and sanction interest on the refund amount after expiry of 3 months from the respective dates of application till the date of actual refund under section 11 of the Central Excise Act, 1944, read with section 83 of the Finance Act 1994, full stop. Hence, comma, petitioner did not pay any service tax, full stop. Subsequently, comma, petitioner received the refund amounts as sanctioned, full stop. However, comma, the refund amounts were sanctioned beyond 3 months from the date of filing of refund applications, full stop. Therefore, comma, petitioner claimed that it was entitled to interest on delayed payment of refund under section 11 of the Central Excise Act 1944, made applicable to service tax wide section 83 of the Finance Act 1994, full stop. In such circumstances, comma, petitioner submitted letter dated 15th July 2017 requesting respondent number 3 to grant interest on delayed refund for the period after expiry of 3 months from the date of application till the date of actual refund, full stop. However, comma, there was no response to the said letter dated 15th May 2017, full stop. Petitioner again requested respondent number 3 wide letter dated 2 May 2019 to grant interest on the refund amount sanctioned for the period from June 2008 to December 2014, full stop. Along with the said letter, comma, petitioner submitted a copy of order dated 9 June 2017 passed by the Central Excise and Service Tax Appellate Tribunal, comma, Hyderabad in its own case granting interest on the refund amount sanctioned belatedly, full stop. However, comma, in the said letter, respondent number 3 completely ignored the previous letter of the petitioner, full stop. Notwithstanding the above, comma, petitioner again renewed the prayer for grant of interest on delayed refund wide letter dated 20th August 2019, followed by reminder dated 10th September 2019, full stop. However, comma, petitioner has not received any communication from the office of respondent number 3, full stop. Upon being aggrieved, comma, present writ petition has been filed seeking the relief as indicated above, full stop. Respondent numbers 2 and 3 have filed a common reply along with affidavit through Shri Milind Sharma, Principal Commissioner of Central Goods and Service Tax and Central Excise, full stop. At the outset, comma, an objection has been raised that petitioner has an alternative remedy of filing appeal before the Commissioner within bracket appeals against the orders in original declining interest, full stop. Since petitioner has not availed the alternative remedy, comma, petitioner may be redirected to the appropriate forum for the reliefs sought, full stop. Petitioner was also required to produce all the evidences upon which it intended to rely in support of its claim, full stop.